Hi, this is Comrade Sephiroth, and welcome back for episode number 1 of Let's Play Chrono Cross. Episode 0 was the beginning of the intro, and in episode 1 we're going to finish the intro, the demo here. I just, while I was turning off the camera and turning it back on to get the second section of video going, I got attacked by some more alpha bats, so I will knock them out quickly. What the heck, let's try another element. I'm going to use a physical element this time. This is like one of the physical techniques in Chrono Trigger. They had physical and magical techniques, and similarly in this game, except that they're called elements. And you know what? I'm going to show you Van a little bit. Let's see if we can find something interesting to cast. Arrow Saucer. I'll show you what a green magic spell looks like. Now eventually I'm actually going to start, once I learn how to edit, I'm going to start editing out a lot of the battles, but for the first few episodes you're going to see a lot of battles and a lot of time spent in them. I'm sorry again, the more I learn about technology, the more accommodating that'll be. You know what, I'm going to skip this Cybot and just go straight here. It would basically be 2 more of those yellow robots like we saw in the first episode. They're called Cybots. And anyway, we stepped onto this portal now, and it was not shining and glowing earlier until we hit that switch in the other room. Now it's shining and glowing, and it appears to be some sort of a teleportation device. Beam me up, Commander Chekhov. Anyway, here we are at some sort of a platform. Very scenic and panoramic view, I betcha. Wow, we're really high. I don't know what that is, 100 meters above the temple below. I'll let you slow down or pause if you want to read everything, because this is a lot of dialogue, and it's a compromise between those who want to kind of get through it quickly and those who want, absolute detail on everything. So we'll just split the difference, compromise, and lean towards playing through quickly, but I am going to, give a second or two to see all the dialogue. Strange sound. Sounds ominous. And what have we here? Vision's getting distorted. Whoa! That looks like Kid, but she's lying on the ground, wounded. And there's Sergei doing something. Fade to black. Sergei! Good morning, Sergei! This is very familiar from Chrono Trigger. As a matter of fact, this is probably one of the more familiar elements, the fact that it starts so similarly with the wake up, wake up. But Chrono Cross is quite different from Chrono Trigger. In some ways, there's a few things about it that I think are better, like the music is slightly better. Maybe not quite as much of a storytelling music, but it's more emotional. Whereas Chrono Trigger is pretty emotional, but really more of an epic kind of program, what classical composers would have called program music. No, not now. I just went under the bed and looked underneath there. I hit the command button while I was by the side, and he had 200 G or 200 gil, I'm guessing is what it would be, under the bed that he was able to take. And now I'm going to do the same thing over here somewhere, and inside one of these pots is a tablet. Now that is an item, a usable item. It is classified as an element too, but I like to think of well, the game basically wants to call almost everything except weapons and regular attacks. Everything else is called an element, which makes it a little confusing, but anyway, that's the way this game was designed. But those are item elements, and then you've got magic elements and physical elements. Good morning, Sergey. Slept until noon. That's a funny thing, the last month or so I was doing things like that quite a bit. Actually missing a couple of my classes because of it. But anyway. Yep, that sure is true. Even though I'm gay, I can relate to that quite clearly. Because I did date some girls in high school. Not a lot, but a little bit. She'd never do that. My, aren't we confident? If only you could keep it up. I always admire in these games how much, kind of realistic social dialogue and human relations they have in them. It's not completely realistic, but, it gives you a bit of relief from the serious, dark, kind of medieval fantasy battle war type of the game. Now I'm going to go out here and actually, you know what? I'm going to stop here because I already have a save state made, and yeah, there's really no point. I'd like to be able to stop here so I can get a fresh start on the third video. It would be number 2, because this is a good place to stop. We've actually starting the game now, so we'll call this the end of episode 1 of Let's Play Chrono Cross. This is Comrade Sephiroth. Stay tuned for episode 2 when we will sort of start playing the game for real. Not for real, but for real to some extent next time. Thank you.